Nothing fills me with reassurance more than being told I'll be acting as the bait on a mission. The issue is I basically never fly air-to-air combat roles, as in the ones where you fight the other planes. I mostly specialize in dropping things on the ground with my glorified bomb truck. To make matters worse, they've asked me to lead a flight with none other than Nordy himself, who's like the big dog of the carrier wing. Absolute ace, air-to-air combat gigachad. He normally flies the F-14 Tomcat, the legendary king of the skies made famous in the first documentary. And then there's me. So it's a bit like when the regional manager visits and asks to see how you're doing your job. Today we'll both be flying the Hornet and he'll be my wingman. The idea is I'll set up over here to draw away enemy fighters from over there so that my friends can sneak in and conduct an airstrike with half a chance of making it out of there alive. And we immediately get off to a bad start. Turns out I can't do basic maths, and I punch in the wrong numbers into our flight computer that calculates how fast we have to travel to get to our destination on time. And I'm like, we got heaps of time, what are you worried about? But I'd actually added an entire hour to our trip. Now luckily we realized sooner rather than later, and it ultimately only causes us an 8-minute delay, which sounds minor. I mean, who hasn't shown up a few minutes late, right? But apparently, when you're running a coordinated attack in a life or death situation, punctuality is really important or something, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it's time for us to do what's called our fencing, which is where we prepare for battle. And as part of that process, we do what's called an item check to make sure that our countermeasures are all working as they should be. The idea is you release one chaff and one flare, and your wingman visually confirms this for you. But as you can see in this footage here, there are many more than one flares leaving my plane, and it feels like I've just farted mid-conversation with my boss. Meanwhile, an SA-5 surface-to-air missile system some 100 miles away has launched a goddamn telephone pole-sized rocket at us, which is now traveling at multiple times the speed of sound directly towards my plane. As far as I know, this is a bit of a DCS glitch, and we should have been receiving an audible warning tone about this for about the last 5 minutes, but it's only at the last second that my systems bring this to my attention, so I dive for the deck to avoid becoming mincemeat. With that little crisis averted, we finally get into our assigned position, and Nordy kindly reminds me at this point that we're basically dead if we don't have at least one of our radars pointing in the direction of the enemy. So to do that, we get into a little offset pattern where I'm flying directly towards the danger, and he's popping down to the shop for a pack of smokes.